Hello, it's Jill Lancet. Hi guys. I just want to let you know this will be my last video for this year. Yeah, I'm taking a bit of a break. As I've said in previous videos, my parents, my family are all coming for Christmas. My parents are 90 and 92, and yeah, I'm going to have a really nice break with them. And I'm going to come back all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when I start back up. We've got a new catalogue coming. We've got our great celebration offers happening. So I'll tell you all about that then. I have a card for you. Now, it wasn't going to be a Christmas card, but it's quite easily adapted. So yeah, I've got all bits and pieces here. Look, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat, so please forgive me. I've got a hot drink there. So yeah, my name is Jill Lancet, in case I forgot, because sometimes I do. That is my online store. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Australia. Excuse me. There's that frog. Now, look, if you ever want to expand on anything, email me. If you'd like a copy of the matte template, yep, email me tilly2145@gmail.com. That is the matte templates that I generally use while I'm making cards. They're very handy to have, especially if you're watching demonstrators from a different country. Oh gosh, don't tell me this is going to affect me now. I wouldn't be at all surprised. Sorry. Now look, the first thing I want to show you is we're just using a standard card. So just your normal card base, whatever that is from your country. And I have all the bits and pieces here, and I will explain them as I go along. So the first two pieces we need is a piece that is matte 1 in your favourite colour. So this is matte 1 in Australia. That is, excuse me, that is 10 centimetres by 14.3. In the US, it is 4 by 5 1/4. Request they're free. Please request them, because I hope that they would make your life a little bit easier. So that is matte 1. Then in matte 2, I have taken a piece of the Take A Bow paper. And you'll see that it is just slightly smaller. It is actually half a centimetre smaller, over, like on two sides. So overall it is like 1/4 of a centimetre, 2.5 millimetres. And in the US it will be a 1/4 of an inch, and therefore it will be 1/8. But I've just cut that down. I did not measure that in any particular way. So I've just decided that I'd like to flip that around. So I think I'll go with the red on the top. So I'm going to glue those two pieces together, and I'm going to use liquid glue. I don't know what's going on here today. Dear oh dear. I'm expecting my sugar meter to go off as well too, so that'll be another exciting event. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Yeah, I just started coughing just like 2 seconds before I started filming, and yeah, I'm hoping it's not going to linger. Now, when you do stuff like this, the easiest way to line this up is to check the borders from side to side and kind of get the same border at this end. Okay, so that looks about right to me. And then I'm going to glue this piece on. I use this liquid glue because, you know, you've got a certain amount of movement before it actually sticks completely. So yeah, and I am using the opposite side here. So I'm going to kind of butt that up, but I'll check. Oh, what's going on there? Had that round the wrong way. Crikey. Had me worried for a minute there. I thought I was going crazy. Right, there we go. Look at that. That fits much better. Okay, so we've got that now, and we're going to stamp a sentiment on a scrap of paper, which I have already got in a stamping platform. Now, this piece is roughly 6 centimetres wide, but you can do it to fit your stamp. Okay, so I've got this already set up. I'm going to stamp this in Mossy Meadow, which is a darker green, and I've got it in the stamp platform because it just makes it a little bit easier to stamp. Yep. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's have a look at this and see see what we think. I think that looks pretty good, so I'm just going to take that out of there. Now, what I wanted to do was to just sort of snip the corners off down here and make that a like a tag that's been inverted. So I'm going to cut one corner off. Okay, now you might not be able to see this. I'll turn it over. So I've just cut that corner off. Now I'm just going to take that corner, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to lay it over this corner and just do a very, very, very thin pencil line. If I can find my pencil. There it is. Stop looking. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little pencil line down there like that. That, if you can eyeball this, good on you. But I'm hopeless sometimes. So I'm just going to snip that straight down there. And so I've got like a tag, okay? Now, what I want to do is I want to wrap some of this twine. It's the baker's twine. I don't know what colour it is. Could be red, could be whatever. I don't know. So I'm just going to have enough to tie a bow, and I'm going to put a bit of seal along the back, and I'm just going to leave a long enough tail to make a bow. I think that's plenty. So I'm just going to wrap this around like 3 times or something, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Gosh, this is interesting music. I think it's Tchaikovsky, I'm not sure. But yeah, I want that to be in that seal so it stays put. Now I'm just going to tie a bow. Now, somebody told me that if you do it upside down, it works out better. So let's have a go, shall we? So I've got my little tag upside down. I'm going to turn this down a bit. And, oops, my husband's been working on our pool today. We have solar heating, and he's been up on the roof all day. And, yeah, he's had to keep running backwards and forwards to get things. So I said to him, don't fall off the roof while I'm making this video. That would be very inconvenient. Okay, that kind of worked. We've got a bit of a bow. Yep, that looks okay. So now I'm just going to, oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to go around the edges with green. Oh dear, let's try that again. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. There's always something. That's why it's exciting, because I'm always going to forget something. Mossy Meadow. Okay, I'm just taking my little ink pad and I'm just going around the edge. And yeah, I'm just trying to make this a kind of rustic looking, rough looking tag sort of shape. crikey. Oh dear, what else am I going to forget now? Oh, see, I buggered some bits up, so you just go over the other side and you just do a couple on the other side. You do a couple up there, just so that it looks a bit like it was meant to be. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? So we want about that much, I think. Yep, about that much. Let's pop that in there, wrap that around. And so I've wrapped it around 3 times. I'm just going to turn it upside down, tie my little bow, and let's hope we've got enough baker's twine to do that. No, of course not. Hey, fast forward this bit. Fast forward this bit. It just seems like an unnecessary. Right, let's hope that's right now. Let's go for it. So this paper, this is kind of like one of 2 Christmas papers that I only bought this year. And yeah, I've managed to make pretty much all of my Christmas cards. Yeah, using what I have. So yeah, okay, let's have a look. Let's see, not rabbit ears. I hope you noticed that, because I can't do that on there like that. Okay, where is the piece? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's turned out okay. So if you have trouble doing bows, try doing it upside down. And we'll just faff about with this for a little minute. And if you wanted to, you could pop a glue dot behind that, which I may or may not do, depending on whether I find them or not. Hang on. Oh, so professional. Okay, I found them. It's okay. I found them. Right. So there's my glue dot. I'm just going to pop that under there, and that will just secure it all in place. Look at that. How gorgeous. So we've got this now. And I'm going to pop that up. I'm going to pop this tag up, and you're wondering why it looks like it's upside down. Well, there's a reason for that, and I'll be getting to that in a very short space of time. So I'm just going to glue this on here. Yeah, come on. You know what's going to happen, don't you? I'm squeezing this really hard. Oh yeah. Come on. Yep, I always have like a little pin. I always have a little pin handy, just to sort of like get in there. And there we go. I knew it would happen eventually. Oh my goodness. What is going on? There we go. Something's blocking it. Okay. Something's blocking it. Hang on. Sorry, guys. This is really a great way to finish the year, isn't it? Glue issues. Oh, dear. Rightio. That's it. That's done. Okay, so make sure your card opens the right way, okay? So we're going to pop those borders are all even. Yeah, so we've got our card base, then we've got mat 1, then we have mat 2, and we've cut that down. I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals, so just bear with me while I do that. And then we can get to getting to the surprise center of this card. Yep. There is a method. There's a technique coming up. So I'm just going to tear these off. And then I'm going to center this up, and you can pop some sparkly bits and pieces. I haven't really done that, so I'm just popping that on the card. I'm just trying to make sure the borders are even, but there's the front of our card. Tricky when you've got diagonal stripes, you're not sure whether that's straight or not. So you can pop some gold sequins on the front of this. That will just finish that off. Oh, there's two for the price of one. So a little one there, a little one there, and I think a big one there, and the last little one there. Yep, we'll pop him kind of under the string, just poking out. I like to do that sometimes. Okay, now there's our card. Okay, very quick, very easy, but what we're putting in it is going to be the special bit. So I'm going to pop that over there, and I'm going to go through all of these bits and pieces that I have here. So I have a piece of the garden green. Now I have some measurements on it, and I'm going to go through that in just a moment. Now in my card today, what I wanted to do was make, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. Okay, that's how I wanted this to go. Okay, so I have computer printed these. Now I've done this first one, but I will do the rest of them. And these are, the DSP is 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters. In the US, it would be 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. These, I computer printed these, okay, and I've cut them down. I'm just doing this so that they tie in with the tag on the front of the card. But these I have cut down to 5.5 centimeters by 5.5 centimeters. Okay, so they're not, no, 6 by 5.5, so they're not square. So you'll see that they're not square. Okay, so I'll just quickly do these, and then we'll get on to putting this together, because I've made these before. Oh gosh, I'm making a right old mess out of that one, aren't I? I've made these before, and you know, it was quite complicated. And then I stumbled on somebody on YouTube who made these quite easy to do. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have another go at it. So, but I liked the play on the Christmas song, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. There were 3 choruses of that, and followed by and a Happy New Year. So I've just computer printed those. I have a plain one which I will just write my message on. Now stay right to the end, because I have a special card to share with you. So I'm going to glue all of those on there. Okay, I am going to use this because my glue is just mucking up. Okay, so I'm just popping a bit of seal on these. Now pop them up to the top so that you've got the same size border on these 3 sides. Let me pop it on this green background to show you. Okay, so we want this bigger border across the bottom, and that will become evident in just a minute. Okay, so I'll just pop them all on here. I'll use this green background so that you can see what I mean. So I'm checking the border down this side, across the top, and down the other side. I'm not worrying about the bottom because I know I have cut that a bit shorter. Okay, so we'll do this one. And we're nearly there. And I alternated the designs of the paper just to add a bit of interest. And it's different to the papers that are on the front of the card. Okay, so we'll just get this sorted. And then I'll show you the magic that is this card. So we want that, and that, and then we want the last one to be plain, which I will put my message on. Now, as I said, the last time I made one of these seemed to be rather complicated, and this has just simplified it just that little bit. So I'm going to pop them face down over there. So now I have a piece of the garden green, which is the matte one that is on the front of the card. And it is just your standard piece of cardstock, but it is, where's my little notes? Where's my little notes? It is 7.5 or 3 inches. Is that 3 inches? Yep, I think it is. And we want to cut it down to, in Australia, we want to cut it down to 24 centimetres, or in the US, 9.5. I will put these details down there, but I've already marked this just to save a bit of time. So I'm going to cut that there, and you'll see what we have left, okay? So I have this piece here. It is 24 centimetres or 9.5 inches by 7.5 or 3 inches, okay? And I'm going to put it in at this end, and I'm going to score it. Now I'm going to score it at 7 centimetres. 7 centimetres? Yep, 7 centimetres. I'm going to move it over to 8 centimetres, 9 centimetres, 10 centimetres, and finally 11 centimetres. Now in the US you would do your first score at 2 3/4, then you would move it along to 3 1/8, 3 1/2, 3 7/8, and finally 4 and I've got a quarter there, but I'm not sure if it is a quarter. I will check it. So you should have this, okay? Now we also have a piece that is 2 centimetres or about 3/4 of an inch by 14 centimetres, which is roughly about 6 inches, okay? So this is our insert for the card, which you might be thinking that's really odd. But anyway, we're going to fold all of these down, give them a really good score, okay? Give them a really good crease with your bone folder. And make sure they line up. And I'll just give them a bit of a quick fold beforehand just so I know what's going on here. Okay. Now when I've done the scoring this way, I'm actually going to turn these over and score them the other way. I want them to be quite creased, if you know what I mean. So that's them. Now I'm going to turn them over and I'm going to do them from this side as well. Okay. Now this is important. Yeah, we want this mechanism to be, you know, running quite freely. So you should have a piece that kind of looks like this. Okay. Okay, now where that was cut, it's got a bit of a lip on it, so. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the bottom one, which was the blank or plain one, and I'm going to glue this up to the fold. Okay, so I'm gluing that right up to the fold, and I will persevere with this because, yeah, I wanted to make sure that it, like I've got a bit of movement in that. So I'm going to pop that there like that. I'm just checking the borders on either side. I want it to center up a bit. And I'm going to keep doing that with the rest of these. But I have to make sure that "and a Happy New Year" is the next one. Okay, so I'm popping a bit of glue along here. I don't want it to go any further than there. I'm going to lay this on the actual score line, and I'm lining it up with the paper underneath it. So I want to make sure it's totally straight. Okay, I'm going to do that with the next one and the next one and the next one. So just bear with me while I do them. And I'm keeping them in alternate order so that the papers, alternate. The designer papers alternate. Nearly finished. It's very quick actually, considering it's what seems to be a complicated fold. Yep. And the last one is going on here. Okay. Now you can't go past the score line, okay? Otherwise it may affect the way this thing works, this mechanism. Now I'm going to give that a really good score again, okay? Now that they've all been glued, I'm going to go through and open each one and give it a good score again. And then we'll be just on the money to finish this off, okay? So now you can see they're all like pages of a book. Pretty cool, eh? So now with this piece here, what we want to do is we just want to lay this, and I'll do it vertically because I think it's a little bit easier to see. So I just want to loosely fold that over. So I'm going to fold it up against the edge. Okay, I'm going to give it a good score. And then I'm actually going to move it up just a little bit, like a fraction, a nano. And I'm going to fold this one over as well. Okay. Now that they are overlapping, so I'm just going to trim this off. I don't really want them overlapping. Let me just make sure. Okay, they're going to sit flat now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open those back out again, and I'm going to lift up. You won't be able to lift it all the way up, but I want to lift up this bottom page, for want of a better word. I'm going to pop some glue on here. Oy. I really am going to pop some glue on there. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with the glue around here. I do think it might be the heat. So I'm lifting that up. I'm gluing that flap underneath that last bottom piece. Okay. So I don't want it to show out of the bottom. I'm going to fold that over like that, and I'm going to just hold that down for a second and give that a second to set. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this other side. And I know you're probably thinking, what the heck is this? But yeah, all will be revealed in a very short space of time. So now I've got that neatly tucked underneath there. Okay, I can give that a bit of a going over with the bone folder, and I can actually pop a bit of glue just under here just to hold that last page down. Okay, so we've got this funny looking thing here. Now this is where I'm going to use a little stamp from this HOORAY for surprises. It says pull, and I'm going to stamp that right there. Now I'm just going to pop it on a bit straighter than that. I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow again, and I'm just going to stamp that just basically in the center, just directly underneath that piece of paper, where that first or last page, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm going to cut the corner off, then I'm going to turn this back around and pop it over this corner and just hold it down, and with my really fine pencil just going to pop a little line down there so that I can cut that and it will be even. Okay, there we go. Now with my little hole punch that I've had for donkey's years, I'm just going to pop a hole underneath here under the word pull. So I'm going to kind of line it up and go as far as I can and just pop a little hole. I'm going to put some of the baker's twine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a length, and I'm going to pass that through there, just like that, and make a loop. Now I don't particularly want this whole length, but we will actually trim that off once we fit it inside of our card. So you can pop a bit of glue. Oh no, don't put glue. Don't put glue. We'll just tie a knot. Just tie a knot or something. Yeah, you don't want to put any glue because you'll stick it to the card. Okay, now back to our card. So I'm just going to open my card up, and the only piece that you want to glue down is this little 2 centimeter piece. I know that sounds odd. I couldn't get my head around that at the beginning, but that is the only place you want glue, if you can get the glue to work. Now this is called a waterfall card. You probably, like if you've been making cards for a while, you've probably already realized that. Now that looks like an awful lot of glue, so I'm just going to spread that out and maybe lift some of it off. Right. So I want to line this up. I'm holding the glued part up in the air. I'm getting this lined up with pretty much the top of the card. If I turn this over again, you'll see where I'm lining this up. Okay, so I'm lining it up just below the top of the card and making sure that it is centered. I hope my head's not getting in the way. And I'm just going to pop that down. Now that is the only piece that is glued. Now let's give that just a minute to set up, and we will actually snip off this piece of string. So just let's make sure that really sets before we start mucking around with this, because you don't want to pull it out. So let's recap. So we've got a standard card base. We have garden green in matte 1. I took a piece of designer series paper. You can choose any you like. It is in matte 2, and I've just picked a level and just chopped it off and turned one side around. Then we have this inverted tag that just to fit your sentiment, whatever sentiment you want, you could use whatever you want. I've wrapped around some of the baker's twine in a red colour, and I've put some sequins on there. I've inked the side of that, and now we have this. Okay, now I'm hoping that that has given us enough time to set, because I just want to show you what a waterfall card is. So we've got an instruction here that says pull. So we're going to pull that. Uh-oh. I think I might have glued something down. Oh, hang on. Hang on. What's happening? Oh, I think I have. Oh my goodness. Let me check. No, there's no glue there. Oh, here we go. Whew. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but that was a bit fraught. Okay, so look, this is my mind. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Sorry about the singing. So there we go. That is called a waterfall card, and they can play with that all day. Now, on this bottom one, I have left that blank to write my little message. But isn't that cute? It is called, normally these are on the front of the card, but I thought I'd just have a fairly plain front and then have this open and have our little waterfall mechanism inside the card. So give me a comment, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about that. But look, as I said, thank you so much for joining me with throughout this whole year on my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate it. And as such, I have made you a card. Now, it is extremely plain on the front in as far as there is nothing on the front. But I wanted to share this with you, and yeah, I used some hearts from this same set. I cut the heart out. I've just, again, computer printed something, and this message is for you, literally from me. So thank you for being part of my YouTube family. I really appreciate it. Jill. I hope you like that. That could be a Valentine's Day card. You could handwrite your own messages. I just computer printed them, and I just thought that that was cute. I would appreciate it if you let me know what you think about that. That is the gorgeous, oh, what is the name of that paper? Oh, it'll all be in the details. Don't worry about it. You'll just get ulcers. But do let me know, please, what you think about that. I think it's cute. I think it's novel. I think whoever gets this will get a bit of a kick out of it. You can put any sentiments, pictures, whatever you like. If you're into writing big messages, obviously you can do that there. This one, I didn't put anything else on the front. But thank you very much for sticking with me this year. Yeah, what can I say? Thank you so much. Look, if you'd like to donate any amount whatsoever to my favourite charity, which is the Kanamaluka Wildlife Rehabilitation Centre. It is in Tasmania. It is run by my nephew and his family, and they are doing such good work down there. But of course, they need money to do that. You can visit my online store. You can email me for any questions, and I will just leave you with that. I will see you guys in the new year, and I hope you have a lovely, peaceful Christmas. Remember to be kind. Sometimes at this time of the year, tempers can flare and fray. Just take a breath, take a step back, and refocus, and try to be kind. just try to be kind, or at the very least be tolerant, because not everybody agrees with everybody all at the same time. So I hope to see you early next year. I'll have some more great ideas for you, I hope. And yeah, as I said, I just want to wish everybody a lovely, peaceful season. Whatever you're doing, do it with grace and be kind. Thank you so much. Hooray. Bye for now.